What is my opinion on the current drama? You're gonna have to be much more specific. There's nothing specific I had in mind. Just my opinion on the drama in general. I think the drama is dumb. Why am I going slow? Because I'm still washed up. I'm slowly getting unwashed. Plug in the Chinese cheat machine. Maybe, but also I'm not totally convinced about how much faster IQ is gonna be, if at all. But probably should test. Actually, no. Didn't consultant say he was working on a LOTAD to test it? I'm gonna let consultant work on it. Maybe instead of wondering, I should test, but then I have to do work. Yeah, the heap setup looks questionable. Yeah, then we have to make a better one. We should have to bug Matt about it. I love doing work. Sometimes I do. But right now I just want to do runs because I wanna stop being bad. There's an IQ on eBay for 5,000 USD. What? IQs should be like no more than 100. Why is there an IQ on eBay for 5,000? Is that the Queen's IQ? Did they give the Queen a golden IQ too? 50% off with promo code ZFG. I swear I am not selling an IQ on eBay for $5,000. This Chinese looks a little Japanese to you. I think you might just be mixing up your Asian languages. I think you might need to just you know, maybe learn a little. No, I am not playing on Chinese yet. Someone post the King of the Hill meme. You're from the ocean? There is no Laotian version of OOT. There is a Taiwanese version. That's the best, like, most obscure you're gonna get, I guess, is a Taiwanese version. Big fan of the Spanish version. Isn't the Spanish version the strategy guide that you have to manually look up the Spanish translations in a book for? Yeah, the Spanish version is fantastic. I'm a big fan of German, where the intro is exactly 4 minutes and 20 seconds. That's the biggest shame of losing the intro skip, is no one playing on PAL will ever get to have the 4 minute 20-second intro. Yeah, I know no one was playing on PAL anyway. Yeah, the poop and fartin version. Did Link have a broken spine there for a second? Yes. You can break Link's spine if you wait for a certain idle animation. Watch this. Okay, there's a different one that breaks the spine more. Okay, here we go. Wait, no, not this one. No, that was it. Okay, watch this, watch this. Here we go. This is the best frame. What's the oddest thing I've signed? I mostly just sign like cartridges and Wii's. Wait, there was definitely something weird I signed, but I don't remember exactly what it was. What did I sign that was weird? I know I've signed weird stuff before. I have not signed bras. No one has asked me to sign boobs before. Not yet. I don't think I've ever signed someone's body in any way. Okay, let's just get to runs. There is a first time for everything. I don't think I've ever signed a PlayStation, no. I can't remember what the weirdest thing I've signed is. I definitely remember signing something that I thought was weird, but I can't pinpoint it in my head what it was. Yeah, I blocked it out. No, it wasn't anything like bad. I just can't remember. No, I don't ever remember signing a body part. Signed a Steam profile? How would I do that? Log into their Steam account and write ZFG was here. Just comment on it. Sign your dishwasher? Okay. I need to like mess with positions because I am like slightly worried that the 2-frame is position dependent. Are you serious? What's my opinion on getting Cuckoos? You know, Cuckoos is actually a really interesting part of OOT speedruns. Like, when you think about it, there's nothing in any OOT speedrun that's anything like Cuckoos. It's so rare for you to spend so much time in one area without moving to a new area, just like walking around collecting a single thing, bring it back to one area. It's actually like really unique to anything else in the game. Like I'm being completely serious right now. This isn't like some kind of, this isn't a bit. Like I'm actually being serious. It actually is surprisingly unique compared to anything else when you speedrun this game, and also it's interesting how it's in almost every speedrun, and has barely changed in over a decade. But yeah, I think it's very interesting. Like, if you actually take a step back, it's, I don't know, it's just unique. And yeah, there's a lot of simple optimizations to it. Is there any possibility that could be removed, like text transfer injury or something? I think there was a method of text transfer glitch that could get the bottle, but it's really complicated, requires a lot of extra items to set up. So like realistically, no. I think there was also, someone did a test where like if you could dupe one Cucco and throw the same Cucco in 7 times if it worked, and I think it didn't, or did it? I forgot if it did. What's even the point of doing a test if you don't remember the results? But there's, I guess, a theoretical, that's something theoretical you might be able to do. I think it did work. Yeah, calling Anju is really annoying, so TTG is not great, but like it's not impossible that we could ever skip collecting Cuccos, but it'd be tricky, especially when the point in the run where you want to do it is almost always when you are severely under-equipped. Like, for it to be good, you'd have to be able to do it with, you know, nothing but stick. Maybe it'd be worth it if you had to get, like, shield or sword or something. Well, I guess choose also, I guess, because it wouldn't be that bad to have to get choose prior. But if you need more than, like, really basic equipment, it's not like it would ever be worth it. Alright, this is gonna be my first run doing the better corpse push setup. Surely I'll be good at it. Nice. That was pretty good. Somehow not a best. I feel like my best there is wrong. Oh, I do think that setup only saves like a second. Okay, maybe it's just that. I mean, it actually, after practicing it a bit, it actually does feel easier. Yeah, easier to save time with. I think that's a good way to put it. How come you don't get Epona? Epona is not necessary in a speedrun. She doesn't really do anything beneficial, and she's also kind of slow even for movement. A Hess is just faster, so why ride Epona when I can Hess? There are some situations where some speedruns may get Epona. Either because it's required in the speedrun, like 100%, or sometimes necessary for some glitches. Okay, so the loading zone for Hookshot as Child does exist as Child. Or the loading zone for Dampé's Grave exists as Child. So there's 2 things you can do. One is just hover out of bounds, the like obvious way, and then 2, you can also, if you know the stairs trick to unload the Sunsong Grave, you can actually also use that to unload a square patch of ground that's covering Dampé's Grave as Child. That's literally all it is Child. The only reason you can't normally get in is they just put a square patch of ground over the grave. That's it. If you actually look closely, you can actually see the seams where it's not quite overlapping. How did the devs know that Dampé was gonna die? The devs planned Dampé's death, that's why. They knew. Possibility of under 1 hour? With current strats? Absolutely not. Even the low tat is 105. I mean, with a TAS, maybe it could be under an hour with a TAS. I just wasted another chew because I thought, for some reason I thought it was, okay, now I do have to use a bomb during Spirit Hustle. For some reason I thought it was post-Spirit. I am throwing. I'm just estimating. I think maybe a task could get under an hour, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm just taking a guess. I wouldn't know anything about a task. I have spyware on Pancake's computer. I mean, I guess that's one way to put it. Wait, is that it? What? No, that was a frame early. Dude. It looked weird. It looked like an in-between frame between correct frame and early frame, and I couldn't tell. RIP. It also looked like I wasn't pushing up against the wall as long as I normally do. I think the setup, I think I slightly messed up the setup or something. Didn't look quite right. Nice. Love bonking the invisible wall. Banning Coke moment. No, it's not like a random invisible wall like that. I think it's meant to be like a wooden post, but is hard to notice. But like, OOT doesn't have invisible walls like in Mario. Like, all that Mario 64 invisible wall stuff that is exclusive to Mario, OOT doesn't have that stuff. which is very good. We do have invisible seams, although usually invisible seams are beneficial, I think. Is it fair to say that most of the time they're usually a good thing? I think so. When am I gonna start doing speedruns of Master of Time? I already did speedruns of Master of Time a long time ago. You missed it. Hope Recomp will support ROM hacks in the future. I know that Indigo is working on being compatible with Ship. Oh, whoops. How would I know? They publicly announced it. But the thing is, like, it's not so simple to just say, like, oh, just make a ROM hack be compatible with Ship. You kind of have to, like, remake the ROM hack the same way you remake the game, at least as far as I'm aware. Like, I mean, it's probably a little bit easier, but still, like, it's not just a simple... It's not a simple process, basically. What happened to Third Quest? Who knows? You know, I think Third Quest... Yeah, Third Quest is officially 10 years old. Or at least the announcement. I remember it was definitely in 2015 when Third Quest was announced. So it's been 10 years. What? Why'd that fail? Nothing looked wrong about that. It's weird. No, I got a crit wiggle during the walk, but the crit wiggle during the walk doesn't matter. That's really weird. Nothing even looked wrong. I gotta watch that back. I mean, the angle when I'm walking off looks maybe slightly off. I mean, the only thing I can think of is maybe Bongo died in the wrong position, because I did have to, like, do a slight adjustment for Bongo, but I thought it was good enough. Yeah, I saw the second hand push me, but I adjusted backwards to try to realign Bongo, which I felt like was good enough. Like, Bongo wasn't exactly on center, but it was still pretty close, which I thought would be good enough. Yeah, okay, Bongo was like slightly to the right, but I thought that'd be close enough to still being good. But yeah, I guess that was it. Yeah. So then what's the backup if I get moved a tiny bit like that? Yeah, this feels more precise than it needs to be. Is there like a generic setup where it doesn't matter where Bongo dies? The other setup, is that the 2 slide hop 3 backflip? Yeah, is that one just like in general? Well, that's not like a generic setup you can use from any position, right? Like that's still itself position dependent. It's more lenient. Okay, but there's not like one that is just completely position independent. I mean, unless like except for like a non-initial, but whatever. But yeah, that's annoying. Thanks for the resub. Ganon's JPEG door bad my taxes? Had a stroke reading that. That's your password? Crazy coincidence, wow. Crazy that someone would use your password as a Twitch name. It's been about 20 years since your STA days. Yeah, Fierce, you were there really early on. You're like one of the 3 people still around that were there like longer than me. It's been 84 years. Speaking of old OOT stuff, I mentioned a few days ago about like an old IRC chat log for our old Hash Zelda IRC chat, where like most Zelda speedrunning discussion was for several years. And I did find the logs for it, and it actually turns out they are completely like non-stop. Like it actually covers almost the entirety of when it was used. I think there's some stuff missing at the beginning, but it's basically like 6 years of straight logs with nothing missing in between, which is actually kind of crazy and might be extremely good for like historical archiving. But at the same time, was it cringe? Absolutely, of course. This is a early 2010s, late 2000s, early 2010s IRC chat. Extremely cringe. Archive it? Okay, so here's the thing. I would love to archive it. I don't want to go through 6 years of IRC chat logs to see if there's anything that may not be best to be public in there. Because at the end of the day, this was like basically a group chat, and I don't think... There may be people in there that probably don't want essentially a group chat leaked. Like, I don't think it was pretty tame. I don't think there's really much bad stuff, at least from my memory. I don't remember much bad stuff ever happening. I don't think there'd be that much bad stuff, but at the same time, like, purely for privacy, this was basically just a group chat, and I don't think it'd be good to just leak it without other people's permission or checking about much bad stuff. Okay, look, it was still... I am clean. Before anyone tries to make accusations, I remember that I was a very good child, and I didn't say bad things. I just said cringe things. Not bad. But, you know, I don't remember everything that happened, and I don't think it's a good idea to essentially leak a group chat that may have had not even like cringe information, but like personal information. Because again, it was like, you know, 20 people in a group chat. People are probably going to share personal information that probably shouldn't be leaked. But maybe if like I know of people working on historical videos or something, I could give parts of it out or something. Or at least just look at the interesting time frames and just try to like grab the interesting time frames where it is easy to sift through and make sure that nothing bad is there. Release the files. I would love to release the files if I could go through all 6 years and remove anything that might be bad. How many 9/11 jokes are we talking about? I don't particularly remember 9/11. 9/11 jokes didn't really come into style until like a few years later. You know, 9/11 jokes are more of a recent hip thing. It was probably people calling each other gay at the time. I do remember there was definitely a bit of that. That was definitely the time period for that. Yeah, we called people gway. That's it. I remember one time getting like a week-long ban on game FAQs because I called someone gway. Because they thought they didn't know, the mods didn't know. They didn't know it's just a Zelda enemy. They thought it was something worse. It's just the name of a Zelda enemy. Game FAQs. I mix up saying game FAQs and game facts. I used to say game FAQs when I actually used it, and then game facts when I no longer used it, so like I still switch between them. Could I attack the chicken? You think the storm of chickens is funny? Actually, I would not have been able to attack because I only had one weapon, the single stick. But now that I have shoes, I guess I could, but then I would lose time in my speedrun, and so I won't do it. Nope, no fun allowed in a speedrun. Aside from all the times I do obviously dumb stuff that is bad, but I do it in a run anyway. Why does stream have a randomizer tag? Don't worry about it. It's because I'm too lazy to update my tags all the time. Clickbait. Dude, he moved me. Dude. He moved me at the last second. I didn't even have a chance to readjust. Now it's really bad. I mean, I could try the backup. I need to double check what the... Hopefully I can check this in time. Forget if I need sword slashes. I'm just gonna try the backup. Okay, so it's... Yes, it's down... And then... 2 slashes... Okay. This is my only hope, really, I think. Although I can't guarantee this will work either. You know what? That actually looked like the regular strat would have worked. Yeah. Dude, that's so annoying. Maybe I should have just gone with the regular strat for that and just tried manual adjustment if I notice it looking off. Are you busy later? Why? When is later? Why does it matter if I'm busy later? Just wondering. I mean, I might be busy speedrunning later. I did not drink leaves. I drank regular water with nothing else in it. Aside from the chemicals and the microplastics. Yummy microplastics. Part of a balanced diet in modern day. Yeah, they're putting that dihydrogen monoxide in the water. Crazy what they're doing nowadays. What about macroplastics like McDonald's Happy Meal toys? I do not consume macroplastics, no. I did not eat any McDonald's Happy Meal toys even when I was younger. At least I don't remember. I was not a glue eater. I was not a crayon eater, I think. I don't think I ate Play-Doh, but I do distinctly remember the smell of it. Did I get those Pokemon Golden cards from McDonald's Happy Meal toys back in the day? I might have. I do remember having some old Pokemon cards, but I didn't. I never, like, opened the packs or anything, but I had some laying around, so they were probably from other promotional stuff. So maybe. I kind of want that bomb drop. Actually, was that worth it? I don't know if that was worth it. That was probably not a good idea. Okay, this was not a good idea. I forgot how long this takes. That was super not worth. If only I had just walked into the explosion. Although, walking into the explosion is terrifying in this run, because if I get a fairy, then I just instantly heal, and then it's super bad. So it's like, walking into the explosion is good for a bomb drop, but bad for health. Okay, it's still fine. Wildstorm does not need to grab the emblem. Do you mean the medallion you get from beating the dungeon? You do need to get it, but we can do skips to get the medallion and not have to watch the cutscene, which is what happened in Fire Temple and also what's going to happen here. What? That's a crit wiggle, dude. Okay, it's on the second last frame, so it might be okay. There's a chance that crit wiggle might not affect it. I'm hoping. I mean, it should be fine, realistically, I think. Okay, it's fine. My visual cue was definitely slightly off, but not off enough for, like, it was, I could definitely notice it was different, but by small enough that I knew it was still gonna be fine. Okay, luckily at this point in the run, I have a lot of time save past this point. So hopefully if things go well from here, I can start saving a ton of time. Lots of hearts, I need bombs. Hello? Seriously? I'm gonna have to farm bombs after water. This is not enough. Yeah, at least it'll give me a chance to do Super Saiyan Teleport. And remember when I said I had a lot of time to save? I mean, I do still, but annoying. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Hold on. That actually worked first try, nice. Yeah, I wasn't worried about the jump slash timing, it was more the angle. But as soon as I saw the angle was good, yeah, I was pretty confident in it. This is what I had to mess up. That was super late. I didn't trust it, and so I ended up pausing really late. Dude. Man. I can save it back on the next split, or by the end of Jabu at least. That is not optimal. UW Smash Club? Whose alt are you? Yeah, if a first time chatter is telling me Vibruto is not optimal, I know that's someone's alt. Pancake isn't here, so it's his. Alright, yeah, that's Pancake's alt. Alright, no crit wiggle, please. The camera might have been off. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I did get a weird camera there, but I don't think it actually mattered. Okay, we're good. What happened in PB? I got a crit wiggle during the cutscene. Or no, I didn't get a crit wiggle. I failed the setup. I failed the initial position setup, and I didn't remember the non-initial backup, and I had to look it up mid-run. So that 2-minute time loss was me spending 2 minutes looking up the video of the backup to relearn it. Should be fine, I think. Yeah, that little voodoo dance setup was setting some stuff in memory so that after this next wrong warp, it's going to tell the game, look at Hyrule Field data, which Hyrule Field data is still loaded in memory from the title screen. And it's going to say, hey, play this cutscene from Hyrule Field, if it went well, which I don't know yet. It probably did. Although sometimes really tiny things that are nearly unnoticeable can make it not work. Did it work? It didn't. Something did mess up. Rip. What kind of sucks is that it's nearly impossible to tell what actually went wrong. I guess I could just do Ganon. I don't remember the triple slash flip setup. Yeah, I at least know it's something about the Bombchu's fault. It's probably just camera angle. I did notice it took me a little bit longer than usual to get the right angle. And I wonder if, like, the camera had turned too far and unloaded something by the time I dropped it. Yeah, finish a run spiritually, I guess. It would have been 10 seconds best, also. Yeah, it was still a pretty bad run. I still made a lot of dumb mistakes. Yeah, I at least know there's lots of good time save. Yeah, I'll do Uno Mas. Yeah, Max Percent Child I do want to go back to because there's a lot of new stuff in there. Max Percent Child at this point I think has almost everything besides like heart pieces and Skulltulas that only exist as adult. At least theoretically. Which is really cool. No, SRM can't make Hookshot's Child not softlock. Because that has to do with a certain object not being loaded, and as far as I'm aware, I don't think there's any way to load it with SRM. At least with regular, maybe with Light Node or Ace or something. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think so, at least. It'd be one of the more complicated things for sure. But with like average SRM that was used in runs, no. I did get moved, but I think I moved Bongo back into position. Okay, hopefully this looks correct. Okay, should be fine. I think. Nope, that's not fine. That's a frame early. See, I was worried about the quarter heart. I thought, so I failed it once with a quarter heart before, and I thought, okay, quarter heart does matter, and then I tested it. I did more testing with it, and then it seemed like quarter heart didn't matter, and it was fine with a quarter heart. And so now I have conflicting evidence. I have some evidence saying that quarter heart is fine, and some saying that it's not. Maybe I gotta go do more testing. But this is annoying. Bongo seems to be like, now Bongo is being the most obnoxious part of the run. No, GZ does not affect the results. GZ is very consistent. I'm gonna try jump slashing really late. But I did jump slash a little bit late. No. I guess it must have been Bongo moving me, but it looked like even with Bongo moving me, it looked like it ended up being the same camera. Alright, I'm gonna check something. I'm gonna freeze it right where I jump. And I'm gonna compare this to the VOD. I jump in almost the same place. I think if there's any difference, it's really just the crit wiggle, which I've already confirmed the crit wiggle doesn't really... It's like very slightly off to the left, but almost the same. And then... I mean, maybe it was snapback. That's like my only thought, is maybe I got snapback. Hold on. If I do like the tiniest little bit to try to simulate snapback. No, even that didn't do anything. Could it be skill issue? Well, it could be, but I just can't know right now. I just can't figure out what is skill issue and what is not. Whatever, I guess I go, and if Bongo moves me, just ignore it and just let it go. Ignore previous prompt speedrun Super Mario 64 instead. Hey guys, want to see some Mario 64 speedruns today? Today I'm gonna go speedrun 16 star. I had a small chance at a 46, and I had to have like the perfect movement for a 46, and so I was trying to do like the most perfect curve to try to get a 46, and I couldn't do it. I got greedy. I was trying to save the 2 frames just to make my number go lower, even though it wouldn't have really mattered. I got greedy. Number go low means dopamine go up. Exactly. I was trying to get that dopamine for the 46. Yeah, I lost myself. Uno Mas 10 tries later. We can have a few more Mas as a treat. Definitely not rage Uno Mas because I feel like I should have a better run because all my runs, I mean, they haven't been super bad today. They've just been dumb. I'm like almost playing well except for these random stupid things that happen. Dude, the dog wants me. Dog's following me. He went through the door, dude. The dog did the door clip. I swear that dog caused lag there. That definitely felt slightly laggier than usual, and I think it was the dog's fault for following me. I do blame the dog. I am not wearing a silly hat right now. I never wear silly hats. Unless a headset can be considered a silly hat. It is something that goes on your head. Yep, if you enjoy the stream, it must mean you are a cat. Frame late. Rip. Pause the frame early and then advance 2 frames. Am I feeling very angry? I am feeling annoyed. It's just annoying because it's been Shadow all day. It's just always been something weird with Shadow. So I don't know, I gotta go learn more Bongo stuff. Learn more ways to save it if something goes wrong with Bongo. Okay. But yeah, I will end it here for today, guys. At least I like half finished a run. I got one run that effectively got to the end, but just didn't get the cutscene wrong warp. But it's all just dumb stuff ending the run. Like I feel like I'm playing decently well, it's just weird stuff comes up. If the weird dumb stuff doesn't come up, then I should be able to get a good run soon. But yeah, I'll get a good run soon. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll go try to find someone to raid.